Ari and Mel gonna face off. Oh, I can hear myself. I think I just finally had my mic go through. Well, we are live with UNH Varsity League of Legends facing off against UNG, University of North Georgia tonight. You see, Ari had an early kill on level 1 towards that bot lane jungle now in the quick little trade with Mel. Electrocute proccing for Ari, giving her that edge. Ari is trailing a level for a moment here, does manage to get it back, but Mel was able to get a quick trade with that disadvantage. Up in the top lane, looks like Cho'Gath getting into a few fights with Cassante, Mel, and Ari play a bit of game of back and forth. Bot lane seeming to go in UNH's favor. Looks like Draven and Nautilus holding up a high pressure, not allowing that UNG team to really farm any CS, forcing them to call another jungler to maybe help out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a long exchange from Ari and Mel, leaving Mel nearly depleted of mana and health. Ari getting a good combo to proc that electrocute. Jarvan, meanwhile, gets spotted crossing towards his bottom jungle. Jack's on his way back from a recall, going towards the same area. Could see a clash around Dragon Pit. Draven and Nautilus have to be careful at potential gank. Ari maybe a little hungry for this kill, hoping to catch that charm on the Mel. Manages to land the Q. Jarvan now, forcing Ari to flash away. Bit more of a dogfight in the bot lane. Draven starting to chase the Jinx, landing a few empowered auto attacks. No deaths since that early first blood. Top lane, Cho'Gath finding a solo kill. Hit quickly using his ultimate, building up a stack and getting an early solo kill. Meantime, Chemdrake has spawned in. See Jack starting to work towards this top clear. Nautilus maybe looking to hook the Lulu, unable to find it. Still doing a good job at keeping that wave frozen away from the Lulu and the Jinx. Cassante and Yarvin now working together to get that revenge for Cassante and Cho'Gath managing to fall. Looks like Ari maybe wants to rotate to help Jax as Jax starts to look towards Yarvin. You see Jax coming up on an angle, using that stun. Ari ending up charming herself off the reflect, unable to combo it all together. Melo escaping with their life. As Draven and Nautilus are getting reset after a recall. See Ari starting to push her wave in, maybe looking to go help out with that Drake. Draven building up those league stacks. Building up a healthy gold lead over this Jinx. Nautilus looking to maybe get a bit more aggressive after Draven pokes a little bit. Lulu Polymorph comes out stunning the Draven. Nautilus unable to hit the hook. Meanwhile, Mel isn't being seen in that mid lane. And he's still holding a 1 kill advantage. The moment that Draven hits 6, Nautilus hooks on the Lulu. Draven doing real damage using his ultimate, letting it land. The Jinx starting to fight back. Nautilus ulti comes out. Jinx ult flies out, ending the Draven. Jinx very low HP, maybe trying to look to finish off that Nautilus, but can't risk it. Low mana, low HP. After all that excitement, Yarvin claiming the Void Grubs for UNG team. Good reflect from Mel there to do extra burst to that Ari. See a gank starting to form on that top lane. Yard Dante closing in on Shogath. Meanwhile on the bot lane, Raven maybe overextending a little bit, playing with that barrier, doing good damage, ending up with a kill on Lulu. Jax finding the kill on Yarvin in the top lane. Shogath very low HP. Jax keeping up with that Cassante. Might see a double kill because he does end up with that double kill. Cassante's all unable to save him. Raven looking to use his ultimate maybe on that Jinx, but it looks like she had recalled in time. Raven gonna walk away with a kill and a bunch of gold from plates. Sizable early advantage for this UNH team. You see Nautilus starting to roam towards this mid lane. Maybe wanting to assist on this Ari. help her reclaim some of this lead. You see that reflect being used by Mel now. That's a big part of her kit lost. Jungle and support both looking to assist, but both end up leaving. Next Drake is in almost 40 seconds. You spot that Yarvin in the jungle starting to fight up with the Jax. That might cost him as the first stun goes off though, flashes the charm before it can arrive. Yarvin barely escaping that with his life. Draven meanwhile on a 1v2 doing pretty good damage with taking some in return. Jax hovering around the river, he wants that Drake. Draven meanwhile full healing himself, that bloodthirster first item. And UNH does walk away. The second Drake of the game. Up 6 kills to 3, 13 minutes. Top lane. Enemy junglers found out in the river as Cho'Gath gets locked up in a fight with the Cassante. Mel now also rotating towards that top lane. Cho'Gath quickly getting surrounded, but he looks like he might be able to walk out of it. Maybe got caught in a root there. Very low HP, but it looks like Cho'Gath walks out of that 1v3 alive. Looks like Cassante might try to hunt down this Cho'Gath, but it looks like he'll be a few seconds too late. Nautilus looking for that early hook, unable to find it. Draven, meanwhile, the poke, unmatched. The polymorph from Lulu that does prove to be quite of a nuisance on him here. Nautilus with a long range hook on the Lulu, and Lulu using her ultimate there to save her. Nautilus taking quite a few tower shots, a heal coming through to keep Jinx above half HP, but it might not pay off as Jax diving in, using his ultimate and his stun to lock up the double kill for Draven. Oh, the Yarvin now closing in, quickly getting caught by the knockup and then the root and then the stun and then Jax with a kill on the Yarvin. It looks like Draven walking away with this sizable gold advantage now, 2,000 gold in his pocket. In the mid lane, meanwhile, Ari maybe struggling a little bit against the smell. No huge advantage, down a level. So ending up doing damage, but losing that poke fight every time. Mel just having the extra range to outclass. Looks like Jax and Nautilus gonna work together on that Rift Herald. Be the third strategic objective they need. Lock down another one of these feats. Arvin is by himself in that bot lane. Still not unafraid to approach the Lulu, taking the polymorph. Just does get outranged by that rocket launcher a little bit. Able to bounce back from the poke with Bloodthirster though. Mid lane meanwhile, Nautilus. Oh, the Mel, never mind, I say. Looks like Nautilus wanted to maybe crash in there, but the Mel finishing off Ari. UNH getting a solo kill of their own now. Looks like Cho'Gath and K'Sante are fighting at the top tower. No towers have dropped in the game yet. Both tier 1 top and bot turret for UNG does not look good. Next objective back in a minute 20 seconds. Jackson Cho'Gath now working together. Kasante back under turret. Looks like they want to keep this fight up. Yarvin engaging, popping his ultimate on the Cho'Gath. Yarvin walks out with a kill on the Cho'Gath as Jack trying to lock one up is unable to. Kasante getting the shutdown from Jack's UNG, working to put this gold advantage back in their favor as they only go down by 3 kills at this point in the game. So to be worried about this Draven, plenty of time left in lane by himself to farm. Meanwhile, though, Kasante claims the first turret, destroying the top turret. You spot that Yarvin coming in. Draven wants a few pokes at him. Does get an auto attack to land. Draven wants to get in these quick little brush ups. He thrives in being able to get people low as the hook from Nautilus lands on the Jinx. Jarvan jumping in, Lulu all flying out, but Draven flying in, getting the Jinx down super low lane. Another blow on the Lulu. This 2v3 is not look like a 2v3. It looks like a 4v3. Draven immediately healing back up even after the skirmish. Getting a level up just as the Infernal Drake comes in. Jack's getting started for his team to claim a third. You know, it looks like Mel wants to claim that tier 1 mid-turn. Maybe she backs off. Maybe it looks like a look towards the river. Won't be there anything there in time for her to see as Jax grabs that Infernal Drake. One away from Soul now. Under 20 minutes too. Ari arriving in time to stop Jinx and claiming that tower. It's big, keeping the other enemy AD carry beneath that gold level that your AD carrier is achieved, especially when Jinx can become such a problem in the late game. In the meantime, this mid lane kind of collapsing towards this Draven Nautilus. Draven kind of looking to keep poking at the Kasante. Not exactly afraid of the top lane behemoth. You see that Yarvin lurking around the rock there. Kasante returning to stop Cho'Gath from trying to get that turret. Cho'Gath manages anyway, getting a big sizable amount of gold. Looks like Jarvan still hanging around. He kind of wants to help take down this Draven. Getting a Lulu into half HP with less than minimal effort. The rest of that team for UNG quickly collapsing, all aiming for that Draven. The Mel too, unable to take him down as he secures the kill on Yarvin. The rocket from Jinx coming in, doing good damage to bring him above. Kasante teleports down as Ari gets a double kill on that Lulu Jinx. Kasante caught in the middle of it, unable to get out. Shogas secures the kill. Mel getting revenge on the Ari, but he's quickly chased down after the knockup from Cho'Gath. Draven walking away with the final kill. The ace, Rift Herald getting popped to chase down the mid lane. Phenomenal play for UNH. You're going to even push for Otacon here. That's 3.5k gold worth of stats added on to the ace they just accomplished. Another turret as well. That's a tier 2 mid turret. UNH firmly ahead now and looking to only add on to it. They do claim that Otacon. Draven now nearly 3k gold in the bank. Gonna quickly grab maybe one more wave by the looks of it. game starting to stabilize now after that huge play from UNH. Already starting to rotate towards that top lane. The team kind of figuring out where they want to position what players. Bot lane shifting that mid lane position as the rest of the team takes care of the sidelines. Cho'Gath trying to push that bot lane in a little bit. Ari poking at the Cassante, doing some pretty good damage. Double kill of her own in that last engagement. Looks like that UNH team is starting to collapse down towards that bot lane. Maybe looking to target Mel as Yarvin's starting to roam around his own jungle, maybe unaware of that the three-man team that's starting to roam towards them. Cho'Gath sticking in the bot lane, almost the next Drake up in under 20 seconds. Gives UNH a chance to get Soul early as well, adding on to the advantage they're already pounding away with. Just a UNG team starting to creep around towards mid lane, maybe looking to poke at the Drake pit, but they're going to be unable to do so. Yarvin maybe looking for that steal at the last second, but he's just going to end up using his only dash to dive in and die. Jax walking out with the kill, and UNH claims the Infernal Soul. Objective bounties are still up for UNG. They can claim these turrets for some big gold. Baron as well coming up in 1 minute. Draven and Nautilus maybe looking to push this wave in, maybe start working towards that next turret in the mid lane. Do spot Mel in the jungle, might see a bit of a play there, but the well-timed reflection just ends up with Draven taking a little extra damage. Draven looks scary though, the later we get into this. Just absolutely farm machine, racking up gold, nearly at his next item already. 2.5 item leave over his opponent in the bot lane, Jinx, only with Yuntal and Pickaxe. Meanwhile, Draven nearly stacking a full kit. No real big engagement yet. Looks like UNH wants to play back. Don't want to get involved in any trades or fights with UNH right now, since they're so strong. UNG needs some time to consolidate, reconcile their efforts, figure out how they're going to bring us back. Meanwhile, Baron does go live. Looks like UNH wants to go towards it. UNG does not want to allow this. Baron, a very sizable objective bounty for UNG to try to claim UNH. Meanwhile, does not want to let that happen. Meanwhile, bot lane, it looks like Cho'Gath and Cassante are going back at Nautilus. Meanwhile, throws the hook at the Mel. She reflects it, but that doesn't exactly stop the hook. But Draven is over to kill them, manages to kill the Mel, but the Jinx gets the shutdown. The boost from the kill allowing Jace to now walk away with a triple kill, getting a shutdown on Nautilus and a kill on the Ahri now as well. Only Jax and Cho'Gath remaining. Jax locked in that bot lane in a fight with the Cassante, doing pretty good damage. Has his ultimate up. Might see him get away with another stack here. Jax kind of hovering on Baron. Oh, he doesn't time it right, but he still ends up with the kill. The Cassante might have shielded out of the ultimate, but manages to walk away with a kill regardless. Meantime, UNG is going to push in that mid lane. They want to claim that objective bounty. Baron's still up as we approach 27-minute mark here. UNH still firmly in the lead. Elder Drake won't be up for another 2 minutes. Baron still on the board, but no longer an objective bounty. Cho'Gath continuing to work those side lanes. Happy to keep gaining stacks with his passive and with his hearts too. Ari and Mel both working those side lanes as well. AD carrying support. Focus more on the mid lane. It looks like they might want to start keeping their players around Baron Pit. Maybe see them go for another take here as they start clearing out vision. Oracle lenses being used. Down the vision. Looks like they want to stick around the jungle. Maybe delay for a few seconds as to reassure or as to fool this UNG team into not protesting. UNH hovering around this mid lane. Looks like UNH wants to commit to that Baron take now, but the blue ward gonna pop up and they're immediately going to pull back. Now it looks like they might have successfully just baited this UNG team into believing they're doing a Baron pit. As quickly Cho'Gath falls away with one kill, ults both flying out, Nautilus falling to Mal. Draven able to find result, but can quickly use this minion wave to heal himself back up before re-engaging. Rest of UNH able to hang on before he does. He finds the Mel, catches her off guard. The Reflect keeps her alive. Polymorph comes in just at the right time to keep the Mel alive. Jinx gonna profit off that, get the kill on the Drake, but unable to do more than get a double on the Ari. Kasante meanwhile gets the mid tier 1 or the bot tier 1 turret to fall. Ari getting the trade off with the Jinx to put an end to it all. Elder Drake comes up just as time as Cho'Gath begins to push that mid wave into the tier inhibitor turret. Jax, meanwhile, the only understanding member for UNH is going to start to work on that Elder Drake. Has to work quick as Yarvin is already respawned. Scuttlecrab going to reveal all the wards. Cassante himself is going to start coming down towards this pit. Have Drake down to 8,000 damage or 8,000 health. They know that Yarvin's going to be able to close in quickly. Another ward being thrown down. Yarvin now joining the fray as the Jax managed to get the stun off Cho'Gath. Not full HP, not the greatest fight, but now Nautilus is in the fight. Ari's teleporting in. The Jinx Rocket misses. The Naughty gets the knock up. Yarvin falls. Jax re-engages the Elder Drake. And UNH is going to walk away with Elder Soul. Big play for UNH. Knocking out another two members of the UNG team. They're gonna take Baron this time. I need to fake it out as Yarvin remains on the gray screen. Huge late game play, a lot of gold going to UNH after this. Now as UNH works with the Baron and Elder buffs, they're going to start pushing waves in. Cho'Gath working on that mid lane, Draven, Nautilus both pushing in this bot lane. Ari joining the fray, you're going to see 3 UNH pushing to get that bot lane open. Spot Yarvin in that top lane jungle. Looks like only Mel's here to defend, but she's not gonna be able to stop this onslaught. Baron buff going a huge way and letting them take this thing at the bot lane. Mid turret looks like it's gonna fall to that Cho'Gath as well. UNH maybe a bit too skitterish about a fight despite having that Elder Soul buff. Only like a quarter time remains if they want to make use of that execute bonus. Elder buff about to run out. Looks like they're only going to be able to work with that Baron buff. Two inhibitors falling for UNH, starting to work on those Nexus turrets. You see Yarvin starting to jump in there. Draven walking with the kill. The Soul coming in for the execute. Ultimate from Draven's going to come through, doing some big damage to Cassante, but Mel ends up with the shutdown on the Jax. Draven doing good damage to the Mel. The Lulu ult's going to come out, but the Soul passive is going to be big work for Draven, giving him the double. Two of the turrets quickly falling as Cho'Gath becomes unstoppable, and UNH wins the first match against UNG. And we are back. This time it'll be UNH against Montreal. Yeah, I don't speak that much. Going through the ban and pick phase now. So UNH wants to go back to that Draven. Same with the Jackson Cho'Gath. To see Yasuo along with the Vladimir. I'm going to see Emilio as our last pick for Montreal. I see the Nautilus reappear for UNH. And we are finally off. This match will be underway. UNH first, Montreal. I'm expecting to see that bot lane bullying like we did last match. Do you see a very quick fight down in this bot lane here? The Joe gets knocked up and Jack's done. Vladimir unable to Nautilus walking away with the first blood as this fight continues. Shogath getting very low, the Jinx getting hit. Draven chases a kill of his own. Might get the Cassandra for its worth. Demilio comes out. Jinx, a double kill. That was a lot. Both teams walk away with 2 kills. Just see Emilio stayed and laid. Yasuo versus Vladimir. That'll be a good matchup. Jinx does get 2 kills. Will be a bit more gold than Draven. Not sure if it'll really matter much in this early matchup. Draven again, those empowered auto attacks just do so much damage. Combined with that Nautilus able to fucking root from level 1. Good freeze too. The wave management like last game, just ensuring that Jinx struggles to get the necessary XP to stay in the same lane. Immediately executing a hard push off that level 2. Good damage on the Milio meanwhile. Yes, it is a bit low in that mid lane. We'll probably struggle that early game against Vladimir. It's just how those range versus man goes. Cho'Gath in the top lane, holding his own against Cassandra, much like last match. Bit of a back and forth in top lane. Meanwhile, that mid lane, seeing an all-out fight. They're getting very low. Flashed away there to keep might have flashed away there, keep himself alive. While Yarvin spotted coming towards the bot lane. Jarvan and or Draven and Nautilus might want to play a bit back, but Draven committing to that all in once to get the Jinx will manage the kill, getting the barrier up. Beat the Milio for what it's worth, able to do so. Meanwhile, the Milio burns flash to not die as the Nautilus. Jarvan hunting the Nautilus, trying to get that kill. Will Yarvin will hunt the Nautilus and will secure the kill. Feats of Warfare, however, did go to UNH. Jax, meanwhile, successfully ganking that top lane. Cassante falling. Yasuo, meanwhile, finding his Vladimir very low, getting a knock up, successfully getting a solo kill. UNH now has a kill lead. No more even trade. Meanwhile, bot lane, once again, early in the Emilio getting down very low from that Draven. Nautilus getting a good hook. Jinx jumping in to do good damage as well. Jax is gonna get started on the Drake. 5 minutes 30 have passed. Vladimir on a quick little draft. Uses the bush to discover them. Pre-6, Jinx can't really contest. Able to use her ultimate on the Drake there. Gang spotted coming towards that mid lane. Jax is hovering in that bush, ready to come in if needed. Cho'Gath. Meanwhile, very low top lane. Recalling after a fight with Dante. Yasuo and Vladimir trading a bit in that middle lane. Cho'Gath fighting that Cassante in the top lane. It's like level 6 across the board almost. Nautilus, the last one. Do you see Jax getting caught in that top, pushed near Void Grubs, unable to escape and dies to Jarvan. Cassante picking up the assist. Void Grubs falling. Montreal picking them up, their first strategic objective. It's like Cho'Gath maybe trying to contest that a little bit and end up dying. Jarvan picking up another kill. Good hook from Nautilus, getting the root on the Milio. Raven doing good damage, might be ult for the kill. Has ult for it. Jinx popping her ultimate as well in close range. Does do good damage to Draven in return. He's gonna come running. Finds the final blow on the Jinx as well. Yeah, so in the meantime, still doing good against Vladimir. Not struggling too much despite the range difference. Yeah, so using ultimate now, doing good damage on the Vladimir. Ignite. Using ignite to do good damage there. Could maybe look for a solo kill. Dashes in, dashes out. Over the Yarvin now, coming in to intercept, forcing Yasuo to flash out. Do you see a bit of a standoff here towards this next trick? Montreal maybe doesn't go, doesn't want to let go of the second Drake. Do you see that teleport coming in as well? Montreal stacking this bot lane hard. X hiding in the river, gonna jump out. It's Yarvin ults. Draven falling quickly to Jinx. Gonna be a second kill as Yasuo falls to the Yarvin. Jinx picking up a second kill for herself on the Jax. Cho'Gath remains in that top lane. Nautilus going to escape, the only one alive. Cho'Gath gonna get a few plates. Meanwhile, Yarvin claims the Drake, the Ocean Drake. A plate goes to Jinx too. Montreal developing a bit of a lead. Nautilus pushing to go in at the spot. Yarvin, bit of a gank there. Do you see an early barrier summoner spell advantage for Draven now? Bit of a fight in that top lane between the tier 1, tier 2 turret. Yarvin appearing there as well. Cassante seeming to freeze a wave against Cho'Gath. Yasuo and Cho'Gath facing off against Cassante and Yarvin and Cassante both ulting. Cho'Gath knock up draws out Yasuo ult. Draven might throw a cross ball here. Nautilus coming in to get the kill. Vladimir now taking big damage from Cho'Gath. Vlad secures kills on Yasuo. Bot lane, Jackson Draven, Jinx and Mill. Draven walks away with one, Naked two. Jax assisting on both. UNH looks strong despite being down a bit. They do get the first turret as well. Yasuo battling Vlad, keeping that mid tier 1 turret alive. Rift Herald going to Montreal. Next Drake up and under him. Nautilus battling out as Drake draws out Vlad's ultimate. Draven doing to the mid laner. Jinx starting to poke back. Nautilus flashing and securing the hook. The knockup and ultimate. Oh, but he died. Vladimir. The empowered Q yet for Draven. The rest of Montreal escaping. Next Drake up in under 5 seconds. As the Rift Herald comes out to claim the first tower for Montreal. Draven jumping in, using Jack Stun to draw the Vlad pool form. Yarvin all coming out, but might have hurt them more than it helped. Jack's now suddenly getting very active, but the Jinx route, UNH back. Now it's unsure if either team has enough health to contest Drake. Draven quickly farming up away. Teleport comes in. Looks like Cassante might make his way back in his Shogun. Teleports close by Yarvin, claiming the Camptech break for Montreal as Draven struggles to keep his distance. Cassante doing good damage like as Vladimir finishes off. Well, Cassante getting in close, making Drake flash, Vlad getting a kill now. Jax as well. Vladimir doing big damage. The knockup from Cho'Gath gives a double kill as that Jorgen Vladimir duo separates Vlad coming up to the top lane. Yarvin gonna claim a tier one turret. Raven gonna keep up the farming, getting wave after wave of gold. Yeah, so we're gonna fight the AD carry support duo using Windwall and a Amelia Auto. Cho'Gath gonna get tier one top turret. Cassante and Jack out to face out. Cho'Gath leading the charge. It's about to run 2v1 in the as the UNH as UNH looks towards the Otacon. Yeah, so going to fight Vladimir in that bottom jungle. The 2v1 still in the top lane. Cassante taking his time and delaying Rest of UNH from forward Otacon. Cho'Gath finally secures the kill, but Yarvin able to on 4 Montreal walks away with Otacon. Vladimir getting a kill on Yat and onto it. Draven does get tier 1 turret in the mid lane. Cho'Gath trying to get another tower, ends up getting knocked up, trapped in the top lane, does escape with his life. Draven continues to farm. UNH preparing to fight for the next Drake. Yasuo and Draven collapsing around this Cassante. Yasuo leading the charge, getting enclosed. Double knockup into a Yasuo as Cho'Gath comes in as well. Yasuo finished off the kill on Cassante. But the rest of Montreal is making a break for that mid lane. Only Cho'Gath to defend tier 3 turret. Ends up with the kill on Yarvin. Gets the turret down. The rest of UNH flank. Nautilus using his ult on the Jinx. Jinx flashing, but Nautilus and Jax in a hot pursuit. Jax ends up with the Jinx. Montreal down 3 people as Yasuo and Draven start the Drake. The rest of UNH quickly joining. UNH keeping the game. UNH keeps the game close. UNH just take UNH takes a moment to recover, coming back to simply farm and play around Baron Pit. Baron coming up in 45 seconds. Cho'Gath and Cassandra start to look like a fight towards top lane. Yarvin spotted in that mid lane as well. Cho'Gath and Cassandra starting to fight as Yarvin jumps in. Jinx and Milio coming in as well. Draven scaling back as Cho'Gath barely escapes with his life. Never mind, Cho'Gath does. Cho'Gath and Jax both fall. Cassandra and Jinx each picking up a kill. 3 UNH members try to stop Montreal from claiming Baron. There's not a chance. Draven throws up, unable to stop Jarvan from claiming the Nashor. Bad blast cut from the Nautilus puts him in danger as the Yasuo uses his wind or whirlwind to knock him up. Might be able to escape as Emilio versus Emilio and Jinx. Too. Yeah, so using the wave to dash away, fighting, but unable to over 3v1. UNH taking time to pull back. They are down a little bit here as we approach the end game. Montreal is going to get this mid lane inhibitor. Draven trying to go in, taking big damage. Draven unable to escape. Jinx picks up one. Jarvan another. Vlad another. Jinx makes it a double kill. Cho'Gath finally falls. Jinx gets a triple. Montreal quickly using the rest of their wave, destroying the last two turrets for UNH as the Nexus is next. UNH falling to Montreal. And we are back, third and final match for Varsity NH League of Legends against Northern Virginia this time. UNH, ugh, UNH swaps up the lineup completely for this game. And we are finally underway with the final league match for tonight's UNH stream. UNH bot lane getting put in a pretty long space there. Meanwhile, mid lane rid of its own Pantheon coming out of the jungle to maybe scare that Yasuo away. Not much early game today. You do see a gank up top. Seems to have failed as that remains in a forward position. A legion of Virginia players starting congregate down Dragon Pit. Mid lane draw blood. Victor getting a kill on the Yasuo. Pantheon on the trying to save, won't be able to save. Was able to avenge. UNH keeps the kill lead. aggressive play from Nick. Ash burning both Alt and Flash. Ends up getting the double kill for Axel. No, gets a solo kill on Ezreal with Han getting a kill of his own on Leona's Pantheon. Works on that. And Pantheon quickly struck down by the Yasuo. Rakan trying to get in there and slow them down, but unable to. Ash trying to get in there, also going to pay for that. Yasuo's going to escape very low HP. Now Victor has to hopefully evade. Meanwhile, Mordekaiser solo kill of his own. Israel actually fit Victor falling in. Virginia with the kill. UNH getting to work on Void Grubs. Ash holding the bot lane by herself. Victor, meanwhile, putting together a nice pull on the doing good damage. UNH claims their first strategic objective. Pantheon all scares the Mordekaiser off the kill. Pantheon holds the lead for the investment. Leona using all. Ash uses climb, trying to escape. Rakan ults. The turret, the only thing keeping them alive. Appears to be a tech pause. Game is back underway. Virginia starting to get set up around the dragon. 2 ultimates from Virginia used on Victor for no kill, able to flash safety. Mordekaiser with a solo kill on the top lane. Vi also to claim that Herald. Rift Herald. Yasuo with the kill on Victor. Pantheon ulting to try to catch up. Flash with the stun in order to catch the Vi. Just as the Vi goes over the wall, the Rift Herald destroying that first turret in the mid lane. Ash gonna claim the first turret for UNH as Victor gets down, hunted down by that Yasuo and that Vi. Northern Virginia keeping a 5 kill lead. Mbessa showing off her teeth, getting a solo kill right back against Morden, scoring a shutdown. Big fight in the mid lane here. A lot of ult being used. All that for Vi to be the only one dead. Mbessa getting her. UNH creeping closer. Leona making sure to keep this fight between 80 carry close. Ezreal walks away. A double kill. Yasuo one of his own. Virginia claiming the next Drake, up 2-1 in terms of Drake souls. Victor and the bot lane getting caught out by the Yasuo. Another solo kill for Virginia. Virginia quickly steals out from underneath the clutches. Virginia adding on to their lead. Mordekaiser might fall though, using his ultimate for a temporary getaway. Ash barely able to save Pantheon from being killed by Mordekaiser. Mid-tier 1 turret falls in favor for UNH. Both teams grouping around Dragon Spawn as Embesso 1v1 Mordekaiser in the top lane. Embesso does end up falling. UNH trying to rush the Drake as Mordekaiser takes the top tier 1 turret. Meanwhile, Pantheon does get the Chem take Drake. UNH fighting in an all-out brawl against Northern Virginia. But the Otacon buff proves to be too great, and Northern Virginia walks away with an A. Only Leona falling. Another turret death blow as well. Quickly, three members of UNH fall to fight Vi, but the Yasuo with the Vi quickly turns it around. Ash getting one kill on Vi, but the Yasuo quickly cleaning up, finding a double kill. Make that a triple as he finds Mbessa. Rakan barely escaped. Baron goes to Virginia. Virginia collapsing on this mid-tier two tier. Virginia does end up taking her more gold than their quickly. Virginia is going to work to get that next break. Pantheon unable to steal. Virginia one away from Seoul. Yasuo working with that Virginia team, working down that last bot lane turret, inhibitor going with. Mordekaiser, meanwhile, getting that top turret down. Ashe and Pantheon all working, quickly ending that Mordekaiser. Victor getting the kill. Baron up in under 10. UNH crowding around the Baron. Virginia rotating over. Virginia clearing out UNH vision. Victor getting caught by Mordekaiser as he rushes the side lane. Meanwhile, Ashe falls by. Pantheon not much better. Rakan and Mbessa go to. This might spell the end as an ace falls over UNH. Virginia now hitting those inhibitors or those Nexus towers. This would be the end for UNH's second and or third and final match.